was just one more victim of the shooting.
Yeah.
In a
Right.
not directly connected way,
but yeah.
in a way, because his name was the same as the murderer.
Yeah.
And that's why I say I don't think that anyone should ever mention their names.
Yeah.
I dread the fact that my name is connected to his name for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Yeah, sure is.
So many times someone said, Stephen Willeford took out Devin Kelly. Why do you talk about his name?
Why do you guys say his name? Yeah.
Leave his name out of it or leave mine out of it, one or the other, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Don't connect me with him.
Well, one of the things that was really cool was how you talked about, because you don't see this part when you read the news stories, but how the Holy Spirit was talking to you while you were moving towards that church, and how, what did you say you yelled? It just came out of you.
Hey.
Hey. You started just yelling, hey.
I just yelled, hey, one time, loud and clear. My daughter was 50 yards from me when I yelled it in the house, and she heard me yell. The church was another 50 yards inside the church with gunfire happening in there, and probably people crying and stuff.
Sure.
And they heard me yell, hey. And the murderer himself heard me yell, dropped his rifle and came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to say I think God called him out.
I think so.
I don't think that was a human voice that he heard. I think there was demons in that man, and when God commands a demon, it has to react immediate.
When I hear that, I just think it's like the most powerful hey you've ever heard. Like, this is from heaven. This is straight from God.
I can't call demons out, brother. I can't.
Yeah, right. No, I know.
But with God, I can do all things through God.
Man, just amazing story and terrible story. Absolutely, like, is it still the deadliest church shooting that's ever happened in the United States?
Yes.
It's terrible. Yeah.
When some people ask me how many people you saved, I can honestly say not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough. I feel as though, and you know, I had to really work that back because I felt like I should have been better prepared. Should have had a gun loaded. Shouldn't have been in safe. Shouldn't have been to what?
Right.
You shoulda, coulda, woulda yourself to death.
Yeah.
I was burglarized 5 years before this happened, and the burglar came in and stole the one gun I didn't have in a safe. And if he would have just taken that gun and not taken up space in my mind, everything would have been fine.
Yeah.
But the space he took in my mind was, I'm going to come home with my family some evening, and he's going to be back in my house, and this time he's got my pistol.
Right.
So that's when I started locking everything in a safe, unloading and locking it in a safe. And that's crazy in itself.
Yeah.
But I truly believe that may have saved my life.
Sure.
And why I say it may have saved my life is if I would have had that Kimber Ultra CDP loaded in my closet, and that would have happened, I would have grabbed that Kimber and ran across the street instead of going into a safe. And I would have been confronted with a man with Class 3A body armor, and I would have had a Kimber with 7 shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
But since it was all locked away and that safe door swung open, now I've got multiple guns to choose from. I grabbed a gun that I built for competition.
Okay.
Grabbed a handful of ammo and ran across the street with a rifle instead of a pistol.
Yeah.
So that may have saved my life in itself.
Yeah. So I know you've trained some, right? So like these church teams and really anybody who trains with firearms, what would you tell them super important about like training and getting themselves prepared, not just mentally, but also physically, like getting out to the range and, when it happened, what was going through your mind, and did you fall back on your training? Did you have time to think about anything, or was it just?
So when it happened, I was just focused. I was focused on stopping him, no matter what. I shot on a church pistol team. We called ourselves the Sinners. One of our sinners was a former Army Ranger and a San Antonio police officer. And in between competition, he would teach us what he knew. We would compete staying sharp, but we would also train with him in between competitions to stay sharp for the next competition. And for 3 weeks straight, he worked with me personally to teach me how to shoot around body armor.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what plumber would have needed to know how to shoot around body armor?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that God orchestrated that for very much for a purpose.
Right.
And I was probably the best man in Wilson County to take that challenge. And as I ran across the street, when I yelled, he came out of the church building and started shooting at me. And right away, I saw the body armor, and I thought, holy crap, what have I gotten into?
Yeah, I bet. He
But
had a helmet and everything.
he had a helmet. He had a dark tinted shield that went down to about this level. And then a skull mask, one of those little things that come up with the bottom skull, up to that. And when the police asked me, what race was he? Was he black? Was he white? I said, he could have been a robot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I didn't say, with a shield down to here tinted and with that mask up there, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right away when I recognized the body armor and could tell it had plates and stuff in it. You could watch the newsreel. News even talked about the body armor and stuff. When I saw that, I'm like, what did I get into? Then the mode just clicked in. Everything that that former officer taught me, and everything just clicked in. He said, shoot him in the armor, he'll feel it. It left contusions on his left chest. It left a contusion on his abdomen where I hit him. He said, then aim for between the plates, hit him in the side, hit him in the hips, hit him in the legs. He said the one on the side will kill him. The one in the hips is what we call an anchor shot. It will stop him immediately, and the one in the legs will slow him down. I hit him 2 out of 3 spots we trained. With him moving and shooting at me.
And shooting at you,
I had bullets in the truck in front of me. I had the windshield of the car behind me was shattered. The house was hit behind me. He was flinging rounds at me. And people say, well, why didn't you shoot him in the face? Next time you're in that situation, you tell me how that works out for you.
Right.
I think I did exceptionally well.
I do too, yeah.
But that training kicked in. And with that, I will tell you, all the training in the world is useless if you don't have the mental training. And what I mean by that, I think God wires some of us differently. You might be one of these people that way before this happened, when I was raising my children, they knew it. When we went to a restaurant, I would I called it the gunfighter seat. I sat with my back against the wall. I look out over the crowd. I watch where the waitress comes in and out, serving food, and I know there's an extra exit back there. And I watch everybody in the restaurant. And my kids thought it was such a joke that they would run in the restaurant real quick and take the gunfighter seat before me. Knowing that I was going to throw them out of the gunfighter seat, and they could say, but I got here first, Dad. That doesn't matter. That's my seat.
That's good.
I had 2 rules sitting at the restaurant. One was, always got the gunfighter seat. The other rule is your mom sits next to me. You may sit on one side of me and on the other side of her, no one sits between me and my wife.
That's good,
Because, and I used to tell them, she's number 1 in my life. Y'all are number 2. I said, with her, I can make another one of you.
That's right, that's good.
She is number 1 in my life. You go find your other number 1.
That's right, that's good.
This is my number 1.
Awesome, man.
And so God wired me different from the beginning, even though I was a plumber. I think God wires some of us differently. And it becomes natural for the ones that he wired different. Not that we're any better than anybody else or worse, we're just wired for a different purpose. And I think some of it can be trained, but it's a mindset. It's got to be also, you got to understand your place in life. And what I mean by that is the Bible says no greater love than someone to lay his life down for another.
Yeah.
I interviewed with a man from France.
Okay.
He said, no one in France would do what you did.
Yeah.
He said, you're not what I expected. I said, Henri, what did you expect? I expected Rambo.
Yeah.
I was like, just understand the man that loves the most is willing to sacrifice the most.
That's awesome. Yeah. That was one of the things that stood out to me in what you said today was like, you know where you are with Jesus and with God. And if I've got to lay down my life, I'm good with that.
I tell people all the time, I know where I'm going after this life, and I'm serious about it.
Yeah, I know you are.
I know where I'm going.
I know you are.
Doesn't mean that I want to go there tomorrow, although I kind of liking the idea.
Right.
But I don't want to leave this earth before God thinks it's time for me to leave this earth.
Yeah.
I have grandchildren to raise, and I love them.
Beautiful grandkids.
I have beautiful grandchildren, and I love them. But we all leave a legacy for our family before us. When it's all said and done, and they're throwing dirt in my face, no one's going to say, man, he's the best plumber I ever knew.
Right.
Nor would I want them to.
Right.
No one's going to say, oh, well, you know, he did this or that. If I can say he was a man, if they can say he was a man of God, and he followed God with all his heart, mind, soul, and strength. He loved his wife and his family and his neighbors, just like he loved God. My greatest honor.
Yeah. That's awesome, brother.
Everybody needs to know I loved a lot.
Yeah. This is great. I appreciate it very much. I think we're good, Drake. That was awesome. Good conversation. Yeah. Yeah. I like that better than trying to figure out the camera. Let's just have a conversation, and a real conversation too. It's a real conversation. So
That's all I
that's
am.
all
is
you
real.
know.
I am
Yeah, I know
not,
you are. I know you are.
I'm not rehearsed. I'm not,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Man, we're going to do some more.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Washington. I'll send you guys the dates, and if you're available, love to have you.
We got to figure out whether it's
Yeah.
whether GOA, you know, or you know, before GOA,
Okay.
I was doing this. I was charging $2,000 honorarium and all my expenses.
Yeah. That's awesome.
GOA's allowed me a little flexibility,
yeah.
but if they're paying for everything, it has to make sense to GOA.
Yeah.
You
I
understand?
do. Oh, yeah. I think we'll have 500 plus at those events. We're going to advertise the heck out of them. So
Well, you know how to get a hold of Jennifer
I do. Yeah.
and Megan?
Yeah, I do.
So Jennifer and Megan,